Into the Snapped podcast. My name is Tyler Kluver, and I'm a former Division I athlete turned entrepreneur. I run my own fitness and nutrition coaching business, as well as a sports media brand that produces podcasts, sells merchandise, and creates exclusive paid content. The fun part is I don't really know what I'm doing as a business owner. I'm just figuring it out day by day. This show, Snapped, acts as an audio journal for my thoughts and ideas on fitness, health, business, mindset, and whatever else I find important on the pursuit to personal happiness and a balanced life. I hope you can take something from the show that makes your life a little bit better. And regardless, I'm just happy you're here. Let's have a day. Let's go. And we're back. Snap podcast. When you're a parent, it's easy to forget things. You got so much shit going on. You're running around, got errands to run. Wife is coaching volleyball right now. So I've got baby. I'm back to kind of daddy daycare for the next 2 weeks in the mornings. You just got a lot of shit to do. You got work. Because now that I'm back into work, we're not just blowing that off. We're doing the Snap podcast. Baby's sleeping right now. We're getting it done. But I damn near forgot. Part of the reason is because our focus is somewhere else, which is going to be part of what we talk about on this episode. I'm going to the CrossFit Games tomorrow. Super stoked about that. Baby's going to try and wake up on me right now, literally. And so I'm literally in full-on consumer mode of every CrossFit Games podcast, every media person that covers CrossFit, every YouTube channel that of people who were at the CrossFit Games already. The festivities sort of started yesterday or 2 days ago, Monday. People started arriving, getting ready. And baby's trying to wake up, so just give me a second. Video version, you're going to get the nice little mix up here. Audio, you won't hear this. Man, kids have crazy timing, don't they? I think there's a shot we got her back to sleep. Her hand's still moving around right now. This is going to be a quick podcast. Damn near forgot to do this episode because I'm literally trying to just consume every piece of CrossFit. I'm just full in like nerd CrossFit, everything I can get. Give it to me right now. So Um, I'm sitting there, I'm watching a podcast. I'm like, oh shit, baby's asleep. Wife isn't home. Should be doing a podcast right now. Forgot about it. Snap podcast. Here we are Wednesday. Bang. Um, Basically two things. I'm off to the CrossFit Games this week. None of you really care about that. I'm super excited about it. I get an opportunity to go and watch the pinnacle of the sport. And if you guys have any time, if you listen to this on the day it comes out, the CrossFit Games start, the official uh this sounds bad, but the main show, the individuals, the elite individuals and the teams, um, which are the two divisions that people really mostly care about, those start on Thursday, August 3rd. And they run the 4th, 5th, and 6th, all the way through Sunday afternoon, evening. They are taking place in Madison, Wisconsin. The CrossFit Games moved to Madison, Wisconsin in 2017. So, right before my senior year of college, obviously wouldn't have been able to go then. It moved to Madison, Wisconsin, which is a hell of a lot closer than where it used to be, which is out in California, which is where CrossFit was created, kind of birthplace of it. Um, and I just haven't had the opportunity to get there. Um, I work out in the garage by myself. I'm not part of the CrossFit community. But this is a culmination of some sort of my own personal love and uh, fan side of CrossFit that has been about 10 years in the making. I found CrossFit in 2012. The spring of 2012 was the first time I ever saw a video on YouTube of CrossFit, and I was hooked. I've been in love with it ever since. I didn't get to go to my first CrossFit gym. I mean, I remember I have the same similar feeling today on Wednesday as we prepare to leave tomorrow for Madison that I had back in 2014. Um, Maybe even 13. No, I think it was 2014 when I first got to walk into a real CrossFit gym. Um, Spring of 2012, I found it. I did not even go into a CrossFit gym. They were still kind of, especially in the Midwest, they were kind of like few and far between. They're not like a YMCA or Anytime Fitness. More and more, they're more popular. But I saw the CrossFit gym as this magical place where you could do CrossFit workouts, you could drop weights, and you could do all this cool gymnastic stuff, and it was a playground. And I didn't get to first go into a CrossFit gym until um, I met Dylan Martin, who was working out in Cedar Falls at the time, or Cedar Rapids at the time, but also was a PT for the football team, student PT, going to Iowa. Um, Street Horner, who is a CrossFit Games athlete, multiple time CrossFit Games athlete, very popular person in the space, also was working out of the Cedar Falls, God damn it, Cedar Rapids gym. And Jake Gervas, former Iowa teammate of mine, myself, and Dylan, uh, got to go. That we found a time to go work out, and the the pull of CrossFit, the off the beaten path kind of customized fitness, um, different than everybody else sort of feel CrossFit had to it, and the competitive side to it is really what drew me in. And I was like, it was heaven for me. That later that year, we got to go to a CrossFit gym in Jacksonville when we went to the bowl game. I keep a list of all the CrossFit gyms that I've been to because I think that's cool. I enjoy traveling around to gyms, dropping in an open gym session, on vacation, stuff like that. It really is like uh, the community of CrossFit is something that I like to immerse myself in when I get the chance, simply because I train by myself out of the garage. So the excitement that I feel tomorrow, and even better, my two brothers, Austin and Zach, who's probably listening to this right now, is they get to go with me. Um, I didn't really have anyone to go with, right? I don't go to a gym where I'm like I could ask my workout partners, "Hey, you want to go to the CrossFit Games?" I've got a couple people that I talk about CrossFit with and we sort of discuss CrossFit things, none of which were probably going to work out to go with me. So it's either going to be me going by myself for 4 days, which I totally would have done, or hey, brothers, see if the brothers want to go with me. And they did. They are going with me. We leave semi early tomorrow at 9 o'clock in the morning to drive and catch the last event of Thursday. We're going to miss the first two, just the earliest we could get out. And from there, it's all day Friday, all day Saturday, uh, and most of the day Sunday, basically all day Sunday of just CrossFit Games. Um, it's a fitness festival. There's a vendor village. Like I'm totally nerding out over the vendor village, being able to go and shop at the Rogue pop up booth, and the Noble, and all the gear. And it's just like, think of your most, as you listen to this, think of your most intense, thoroughly enjoyed hobby that you have. Now imagine they throw a festival around that and you get to go and just immerse yourself in that world completely. No other distractions for 4 days. It's basically what I get to do. On top of that, the Kluver Brothers Disc Golf Invitational is going to be going down. Madison has a fair amount of disc golf courses within a 15-mile radius, maybe even less, 10 to 12-mile radius of sort of the heart of the city. Thursday, tomorrow evening, um, Friday morning, Saturday morning, we're going to be playing 18 holes of disc golf at 3 different 18-hole courses. So that's really exciting because that's something that my brothers and I have bonded over the past couple of years. It's something we can compete at between the 3 of us, and that's always fun, right? It's like, for anyone who loves golf, it's like you get to go and explore and play a new course in a new town. We get to do that 3 times on the front and back end of doing all this CrossFit stuff. So this is basically like my Disney World week. Like, I'm going to Disney World, and I'm super stoked about it. The you know, I don't think there's a lot of people that care about my report of the games, but I will definitely give a small rundown of the highlights, because this is, again, just a sort of an audio journal of what my life looks like. And that's what's basically on the docket for the next 4 days. Obviously, one day in a far off fairy tale land that has just small slivers of actual possibility, I'd love to compete there. Uh, Excuse me, with a yawn. As I said, it's the pinnacle of the sport, right? If you can make it to the top 40 men or women in the world, which individually I'll never make, I don't plan on ever really committing to that path. But as a team, that would be, on a team, that would be unbelievable. And to see the best in the world at the thing I love to do is going to be really inspiring, and I'm sure it's going to spark the fire even more, which just results in me talking about more CrossFit on this podcast. So, um, the only other news to report is I'm kind of doing a self study as far as when it comes to my training. Basically, for a month now, I've been really dialed in. I'm back to being dialed in. We got back from that trip to Chicago on the, I don't know, the 6th or the 7th, kind of right after the 4th of July. And that next Monday, which would have been the 10th of July, I really dialed in. Every day since then, I've been tracking my weight. I've been tracking my workouts. I've worked out every single day. Have not missed that's not true. Missed a day on the travel day to the lake and back. Other than that, I will not have missed a day in a month of tracking calories, tracking workouts, tracking my weight every morning, tracking my protein, tracking my steps. I'm tracking everything. I'm getting all the data right now. And that was kicked off also with the single data point of the DEXA scan that I did. Right. So I turned the knob of discipline on all components of my fitness here. And it's crazy what just not even a month can do. I still got 7 days left till I've really been doing this for a full month. And I can already tell I've dropped body fat percentage. I've gained a pound, right? So I've gained a pound of weight from starting to kind of, and we'll touch on this in a second, but kind of do some resistance training again. And Um, I feel good. Energy's good. My workout numbers in terms of the zone twos training stuff, and the heart rates that I'm able to hold, the distances that I'm able to go, the intensities that I'm able to hold, those are all moving in the right direction. And it's literally been 22 days. It's just unbelievable. My hydration has been on point every single day. Um, it it's pretty unbelievable what happens when you're just consistent. Um, and then as far as my workouts, I've done basically essentially an alternating back and forth every other day of zone two and then higher intensity stuff. So I'll do 4 days of zone two a week, which is an hour running or an hour biking of pure zone two. So we spend 60 minutes of just between heart rate 142 and 152 is where I try to keep it. The other 3 days a week, alternating, staggering those days, are higher intensity stuff. So we're talking rowing workouts, rowing intervals, echo bike intervals. Today, we're actually going to end up doing sprint intervals out on the track here across the way at the high school. So, trying to hit both that base of aerobic fitness and the higher intensity, like, how hard can we go and how quick can we recover stuff? We're really covering our bases there. And then every single day, I've been working on hanging from a bar, trying to increase grip strength and how long I can hold a static hang. Something I've never been good at, and something that is not only beneficial for bettering my fitness in general, but currently, as I can't do a ton, I'm not fully accessed in what my body is able to handle yet. Coming off of this back injury 2 months ago, 2 months to the day tomorrow. Hanging from a bar is actually an incredible way to keep your back healthy. So I'm knocking out multiple uh, birds with one stone here. So I'm doing a bunch of grip strength, hanging from the bar, toes to bar for core, pull ups, strict pull ups. Added in a few chest to bars, butterfly yesterday. We're going to start to add those in, but it's been a good time for me to kind of step back and work on that strict strength and push ups and curls. Like, we're literally just back to the basics: push ups, pull ups, curls, sit ups, toes to bar, abs, arms. That's what we're doing. Biceps. And I'm getting way more work in those areas than I ever would. So that's nice. Just this week, yesterday, I pulled up the app of the training that I follow, and we are starting to implement some stuff that's actually programmed back into what I'm doing. So we're 80%, we're 85%. The back is still sore. The back, I still feel it. It just really isn't going anywhere. Um, but the workouts are not making it any worse. And I am making tons of improvement in the area of coming down off of a workout. My body is not tightening up and feeling hurt anymore. So I like where we're at. We're going to continue that training as we go to Madison. The gym has a hotel. We might end up just, we have to run on the treadmill for an hour and do 3 zone 2 sessions in a row, but that is what it is. We're going to get it in. We're gonna have a great time in Madison. Gonna go to the CrossFit Games for the first time, and then just so happens that this is the last year it's gonna be in Madison. Chances that it moves down south or overseas, likely. So could be the only time in the current and near future that I have a chance to go to this thing. And so again, it's my week/weekend at Disney World. Super fucking excited. We'll have the results of the Kluver Invitational. I'll make sure to keep track of all that. Disc golf tournament. Um, we'll have the recap of the weekend at the CrossFit Games. Tell you everything that I wasted all my money on and bought, all the good places that we ate, all that good stuff. And we'll be back next week. Until then, thanks for listening. Peace.